Welcome back, guys. Now the next step in sort of upgrading things on this arcade machine, which I'm sure some of you probably realized I was going to do, is the speakers that were in it are okay, but not really. So I want to upgrade those. Now I've already taken the two speakers out, and here's what they look like. They're tiny little speakers. They're 8-ohm speakers. And we just double check. Yeah, the RMS on these is 5 watts. That's the usual power that they run at, and the max is 10. So these really can't give you a whole lot of punch. Now, for your older arcade games, it's not such a big deal. You don't really need any more than that. But for some of the newer ones with better sound, you're going to want something a little nicer. So first of all, I'm going to put in these Polk Audio 4x6 speakers. Now, as you may have noticed, they're a little bigger than the old ones, but shouldn't be a problem. They do fit. I had to take the bracket out here that was holding the old ones in, but they do fit fine. Should be no problem. Those are going to be powered by this Alpine amplifier, and this is the KTP 445U, and the U is for universal, which is awesome. And essentially what this will do is amplify the sound that's already coming out and give us a little bit more power for our new speakers. Now, the reason I went with this particular amplifier is not only can you find these at reasonable prices, but also it will take practically any input that you can send to it. So it'll even do line level coaxial inputs. So whatever you want to send to this thing, then it'll send your signals out to 4 speakers. So you might be wondering, if I've got 4 speaker outputs, what am I going to do with those other 2? Well, in traditional fashion, I thought I might add just a little bit of bass to the sound. So this is one of the Bazooka bass tubes, and these are made for corner loading, so that actually will be quite good for what I'm looking for. I'm actually going to put this next to the machine at the bottom. I'll have it sort of anchored onto a piece of wood onto the floor, and then you actually direct these into the wall, and then the sound will come back. So that should be awesome for some of our games. So I'm going to do maybe a couple little videos as I'm installing things to show you guys how I'm doing it, and also some before and after footage. So hopefully, you know, obviously with the microphone and the camera and everything, you're not going to get the full effect, but you'll get kind of an idea of what a difference all of this is going to make. So yeah, stay tuned and we'll see how this all turns out. Alright guys, so we've got everything installed now and it's all working great. And I apologize I didn't make any videos while I was, you know, putting everything together. My wife had a friend over and I didn't want to be like, you know, creepy husband talking to himself in the living room like I am now. So anyway, I'm pretty sure you can't see them in there, but the 2 speakers are up top. And again, I had to take the, there's a little frame that held the old ones in. I had to take that out so that they would fit. But they fit fine, there's plenty of room. And then we've got the subwoofer on the outside here. And again, this is pointed toward the wall because it is a corner loading subwoofer. And it comes with these mounts here. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but they're just little straps. And then you just screw the straps into something. Normally you'd mount it directly into your car. In this case, I've just mounted it onto a little board here that I had. So it's going to be nice and stable and keep it sitting there nice. Now I'm going to say a few things about the amp itself, and you know, just in case any of you guys are thinking about doing this. Now, I'm not an expert in car audio, but I do know basically what you need, and This one really has it. This Alpine amp has pretty much everything you need for this sort of project. You need something with speaker level inputs, because that's what you're going to have coming out of your JAMA harness, or you can get one of those line level converters to convert it to line level. What are you doing? What are you doing? Alright. Anyway, the other thing to check is on your speakers and on your amp, the RMS rating. So that's going to be your normal. Look at this. You see what I have to deal with all the time. Anyway, so this is your normal. I don't know why I can't speak all of a sudden. When your speakers are running, this is about the normal amount of power that they'll take. This rating on the speaker itself. Now the amp, that's gonna tell you how much power it outputs normally per channel. So if you have your two speakers up here and your woofer, you're gonna need a 4-channel amp, one channel for each of the top two, and you either bridge the two for the amp, or if it's got 4 inputs like this one, then you just use those 4. So that's the way you do it, and yeah, that's just about it as far as I can tell. Also, I did want to point out on this one, when I was hooking it up, you can see here you've got your inputs on this side here, and if you use your speaker level inputs, then you literally just cut 2 of these off. On this side, your yellow is going to be your positive, your black is going to be your negative for your power adapter. And what I did was I just used one of those, those cheap 12 volt, I think it's like 1.5 amp power adapters you can get at Radio Shack. That's going to be a good way to do this. You can also wire it into your machine, but I'm not sure. Some of these amps are probably going to suck a little too much power from your power supply, especially in one of these older machines. Now, I'm not 100% sure on that, but from the research that I did, I just found that it was probably better to go with an external power supply. Now the other thing is there's a blue cable on this side, and of course all this is listed in the instructions, but it's essentially a switch that powers it on, and it's also a 12 volt. So if you're installing this into your car, there would be a place to hook this up so that it would know when the car is on, so it's not going to drain your battery when your car's not on. In this case, you hook the blue and the yellow together, and those will be on your positive side of your power supply. Now the only downside to that is that you need to plug your power supply into a switching power strip, because you don't want this thing to be on all the time, or you're going to create some sort of fire hazard. So anyway, that's about it. I'm going to show you videos now of before and after, and I hope it comes through on the microphone on the camera, just how big of a difference it is, but if not, then you're just going to have to take my word for it. And this isn't the greatest gameplay ever. The game that I'm playing I've not had very long and haven't practiced very much, so get ready for some really great stuff. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.